Cameo today.
We have a guest today.
We have a guest.
It's Keikos.
It's Keikos. We said, Kim and Rosie, who needs those two?
Keikos wants to steal the show. And he's even saying hi to you guys.
He's giving you bum.
Yeah, he's giving you bum.
Oh, no,
hi everyone.
Yeah.
Hi YouTube. We've been going chatty with Facebook for the last little while because we had a really crazy day today.
It's just we're still kind of going through the motions.
We're still it's still hitting us.
A wired day and
yeah. So before we go to our guests, we'll catch you guys all up.
Sorry if you're gonna hear this story again on YouTube. I mean Facebook.
It's okay. So on Friday we received an email from WW. They asked us if we were interested in joining.
Well, they mentioned that they had secured a few spots.
Yes.
In the Zoom audience for
the Oprah show.
So what ends up happening for you, those of you who might not know, there was only 300 people able to be seen by Oprah in the Zoom room. However, 40,000 people
were watching.
Could watch virtually without being seen.
Zoom.
In
Plus,
Zoom.
Plus it was on Facebook
Live and YouTube.
So it was everywhere.
Insane.
It was insane. And so we got asked, and we were asked if we were interested. We replied right away, said yes.
Yes.
And we had to cancel some workshops today, so we canceled Winnipeg, and we had to.
Well,
one workshop was
saw us waiting in the Zoom room the entire time.
One workshop was up on CD in Quebec, and they basically had their workshop as we were trying to do our sound test with the Oprah. So they didn't get us to talk to them at all. So we're like, we'll come back.
They watched us dancing in the waiting room, and they watched us doing things because they were making us do that type of stuff in the waiting room.
So we'll go back and visit these two places eventually. So sorry for missing out, guys. But this was a once in a lifetime opportunity.
We wanted to participate.
Now we don't know if it's going to happen again in the future. So if we are invited again, just a little asterisk to any of our tour stops that are at that time in the near future. If we get asked again, we might not be.
We'll reschedule.
Yeah, we'll reschedule for sure.
We'll definitely reschedule, and we're not saying that we will be asked again because
just
I think they will most likely share this love with so many other people because it's a great experience. It's a unique experience.
Yeah.
It was cool to see other Canadians because they made everybody they said have Post-it notes ready and write notes to Oprah because that's how she'll see you.
And when we got into the room, there was everybody already there. We were able to chat, in a Zoom chat.
Yeah, they actually let us chat.
We were able to share and talk in that room, and we got to see all the other people that were on camera. And it was such a surreal experience to be able to know that she saw us.
Well, yeah.
To know the fact
and her setup was insane because we got to see it up close, her setup and how it was all intertwined together through multiple screens and then bringing other people in. It was quite the setup compared to what we have. We have 2 iPhones. Well, I guess our setup's pretty unique as well.
Yeah, it is. We do.
But you can tell she has professionals working for her.
Yeah. And so we got in, we waited, and then the countdown came on. And apparently, we were one of the people that were on the countdown, which was amazing.
Which was cool because I remember actually at one point going, "Why is there 2 sets of us on the screen?" Because we were right beside the screen. So I'm like, "Why did I see myself twice?" It was really weird.
So it was fun, and thank you everyone for messaging us and for saying you saw us. If you did see us, let us know because it's insane the amount of people who did see us, and it's to be able to say that we were on an Oprah show.
Well, you know what? We said it earlier, and I don't think we were on YouTube, but it was almost like there's that saying in French, which is jamais 203, or in English, which is, why can't I think of it right now?
We said it earlier. Do you guys remember what we said earlier? Jamais 203. It's, third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm.
Oh my God.
So we were in a commercial with her, technically,
and
now we were in a Zoom chat with her.
So maybe next time.
Maybe next time we'll meet her in person.
Hey,
right?
We don't.
It is what it is.
It's a dream. Definitely.
It was a great day, a cool experience, especially.
A dream to be on any show, really.
Well,
I would love to be on any talk show. I won't lie. We'd love to gab. So if we could just be on the seat and talk to people.
Obvious that we like.
We love talking. It's fun. We just enjoy doing it.
Okay, enough about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this week.
So this week's workshop, we have our special guests.
Right, but are we going to talk about our weigh-in first?
Yes, I want to say we have our special guests, Rosie and Kim.
Sorry.
So you guys know Rosie and Kim obviously from our Facebook group, and Kim is also the person who wrote out all our recipes on our website. She's the one who sat down, watched all our videos, and basically wrote them all out for us. So she's very, very we praise. Thank you, Kim. So today's workshop, we will discuss with both of them like we do every week with every guest. We had the idea that we're having today for this workshop is really in conjunction with social media. We're trying to talk about how they started sharing on our group and how maybe it's helped them on their journey.
And what it's done for them on their journey.
So we'll come back to you guys in a bit, but first we'll share our week.
And actually, before I even do that, I wanted to show you. This is the actual written recipe book that Kim presented to us when we were in Sudbury once. They're all, every single one of our recipes that she's handwritten.
Yeah.
And like divided into sections for us.
She got dividers that had the right names.
Yeah, it's just insane. We love this. This is like a cherished. Oh, look at WWD's cooking.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's insane.
That's awesome.
She created her own cookbook of ours, which is phenomenal.
So we have so we'll be talking about that. So weigh in.
Yes.
How did weigh in go? We're both up.
We're both up. I'm up 1.5 this week.
I'm up 0.9.
And we want to tell you one thing though.
We know why.
We do, because last week we weighed in because we forgot to weigh in before our workout in the morning.
So we worked.
So our weight last week was after workout. So it was a little bit falsified because we had burnt energy. You know what I mean? I don't want to say falsified, but for us, because we have not been weighing in after a workout.
So we knew it would be a lot lower last week, and we didn't expect it to go up so little this week.
Yeah.
That's why we're very proud of what we got, because I only went up 0.9. That means overall, I still lost 3 pounds last week.
Yeah.
So I still lost 3 pounds overall, so that's still amazing. And for you,
yeah, and I'm down 1.3 from the 3 I lost originally, which I'm totally fine with.
Yeah.
So it's again looking at things in perspective.
Yeah.
It's all about
zoom out.
Perspective.
Don't look at the 1 week, but zoom out.
Stop looking at it sometimes with just a straw.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you need to open up that lens a little bit in order to see the bigger picture.
Yeah, see the bigger picture. So that was our weigh-in. So for anybody who's in the chat or on Facebook, YouTube, just
they're all sharing already.
Share your success. Share everything you want. It does not have to be weight related. It could be about anything that's happened this week.
NSVs, anything at all.
Yeah.
And Heather, Healthy with Heather says hello, Kim and Rosie.
I'm back. Hello.
So let's talk to Kim and Rosie here. We're at the max. So I just want to make sure we're in the list. How are the two ladies doing over here?
I've actually had a pretty rough week. In fact, today's not a good day, but I really wanted to come on because I felt it is important for people to know that with the struggles with migraines and all my other things, it's important to try and do your best. And this group is so important to me that I really wanted to show people that, you know, you're allowed to self-love. You know, it's when you have bad days, you've got to take care of yourself.
You said it right there, Kim. You have to take care of yourself.
And Nick, you were commenting this week about how you wanted to quit. Well, I can tell you I was the same way more than once this week because of all the problems I've had, where you guys all know I've had pancreatitis. I fell. I found out this week that because of the fall, that's what's causing me to have sciatica. So thankfully, the good point of it is it's musculature. It's not my degenerative disease, which runs in my family. So I was really worried about that.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time and just, you know, being self-love again, back to the self-love.
Well, and Kim, I love that again, what you just did was pull out the positive out of something that could have made you go the wrong way. So right there is proving to me that you're on the right path, because you're pulling out that positivity out of an unfortunate circumstance, no matter which way you look at it. But at least you know you now have steps to hopefully find some type of pain, some relief.
And at least you know yourself too. Like that's the thing. Like knowing your moods and stuff. Like I know when I have my moments where I'm not doing well, and I know them that way, and I know that like I try. No matter what I try, sometimes you just can't get out of that funk or that moment, and it happens, and you just have to, you know, go through the motions, I guess.
And there's no shame of asking for help and support.
And so I'm glad you're here because at one point they want to talk about my problem this week, so I kind of wanted to bring that up. So that's a perfect segue eventually to bring that up. So we'll definitely talk some more about that. How about you, Rosie?
Yeah.
I'm fine. I've had a weird week. I've had some good things and some bad things. Bad is all relative. I haven't been down for a couple of days since Thursday. I again, I think it may be weather related because that was when the gray was starting. I find that often is very easy, and mine is always emotional and mental stuff. It's not the eating. I actually don't. My eating hasn't been a problem. I seem to have been able to luckily figure out now. My positive out of all of this is I know I don't have to run to junk food to deal with my issues anymore, and I don't have to stuff my emotions and how I'm feeling with food.
Yeah.
Which is what I used to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's what most people naturally do that. So it was just a rough week in terms of I'm not even sure entirely what it was, and I even started crying during the Oprah thing. When Oprah started, I cried because I was so excited that I was watching Oprah. I felt like that close to Oprah, the closest I'm ever going to get, I figured. But then when we were doing the meditation, I could feel the anxiety as we were working on it. Mine's anxiety based, and so I could feel the anxiety. And in the middle of the breathing, I'm like bawling.
But it's funny, those moments.
You need those moments sometimes,
But it's
though.
okay. But that's okay, and that's the whole point of meditation, right? Is to get in and to feel into what you gotta feel it. And it's okay to feel things. It's okay to cry and be upset. It's okay to be angry. It's okay, you know, we're human beings.
And
just who we are.
it's funny how you say it's okay, because one of the words that really hit me during the presentation today with Oprah was evolve. We are now in a process of evolving to a new
She
normal.
said it. We're not going to go
We're
back.
not going back.
It's
Like,
never going to
it's
happen.
never going to be the same as it used to be. There might be some similarities in certain aspects, but things are
They're gonna
I'm not
change.
even saying unfortunately, things are going to change.
Yeah.
Right? So we are going to have to learn how to adapt to these changes. And the thing is we're evolving, and like you just said, it's okay to be able to finally accept to cry is an evolution for you, because it's something you've never felt comfortable doing before, I bet you.
Well, and the other thing is I've gained 2 weeks in a row and I don't care. Like I've gotten to that point, which is, to me, it's in the terms of evolving. And the way I looked at it, I said it last night at the dinner, and it's something I said in my meeting today. I don't know if you guys were there yet or if you heard that, but I realized that number that I've been identifying myself as, which is currently I think 198.2, is insignificant. It's not important in who I am as a human being.
Yes.
It is one little small, tiny part of who I am. And it's not important, but I've spent so much time, my whole life, identifying as the fat chick and thinking and looking at the number and thinking once I'm at that number, my life will change. The life doesn't change that way. Your life changes in other ways in order to make that happen.
Yes, Rosie,
yeah.
Definitely. Wow, well said.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like the changes you get from going through this, and the whole scale thing that you're talking about, the number, it's true. The number becomes...
Rosie's got the click.
Yeah.
Your click has gone off. Your light switch.
And this is what walking does for me. That's why these 2-hour walks I go on, I'm talking to myself, going through all of this stuff, and these are where I've been having those aha moments that like Oprah talks about, right?
And it's funny.
You know,
I want to say that I love that this is Rosie's aha moment, and I want to make sure people realize that too, because you will have your own aha moments in your own time.
Yeah.
But what Rosie said might really take that into consideration, that it's those small moments that you've seen an evolution in yourself and seen how much you've changed from the person you used to be, because that's what it is.
And it's not just that, guys. Like it's the way we think now, because we've evolved so much from doing the program. It's no longer hard for us to even imagine having a meal and figuring out a way to have it lower point, because we know that, for example, lunch today was 2 points for each of us, 2-point lunch each. We know tonight we have 47 weeklies left, and we have 24 points left for the rest of the day. We're having pizza tonight. I am drinking. I am using all 60 whatever points that is. I'm using them all. But I've evolved because I, back in the day, would have eaten a big meal at lunch anyways. Even had points with it. Even when I was on WW back in the day, I would have still had, because it's the weekend. But now I'm planning for my...
I even made a garlic knot bread.
Yeah,
garlic knot bread.
Yeah.
And I made
cinnamon rolls.
Little mini cinnamon rolls to go with it. But you know what?
Plus, we did Oprah Angst 5 workshops today. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm on my way over.
Okay.
I'll be there in time for supper.
Okay. And that's the thing, guys. We've evolved. And I think a lot of people think that things they're learning along the way are not going to help them change. But it does, because you learn these things and you realize, oh, doing it this way is not that hard. Or this way is not that difficult. And I do enjoy these walks. I do enjoy, that class I've been doing.
And for us, we realize it's when we do our step class in the morning. When we're doing our step class, sorry, I keep forgetting we're there. When we do our step class in the morning, it really allows us to take us apart from our regular day life.
I'm going to switch it to speaker view.
Perfect. So it allows us to just remove ourselves and just think, and all of a sudden we think about other things other than what we're actually doing. And it's funny, the steps just come into play because, it becomes a routine and a habit.
So I want to talk to Kim next.
Yes.
So Kim, one thing I wanted to talk to you about is I know you started your own Facebook group, and you also do your Coffee with Kim on Tuesday and Thursday.
Yep.
And I was waiting for
It always takes a few seconds for the other picture to appear, so we're like, okay, Kim's getting here in just a second. One second, please.
So, is this something you thought you would have done? Is this something you thought you would have done, say, 2 years ago? Is this something you thought you would have in your life?
Not at all.
Okay, so is it
the group coffee? The group coffee with Kim actually has kind of grown into more. Not only am I using it as my own journey to post, but I'm using it to hopefully help other people. I think they're getting stuff out of it, that I'm there if you need to, lean on me or whatever, I'm there for you.
Lynn Bordaja says love coffee with Kim, by the way. So that was one of the comments already on YouTube for you.
And the reason that we brought you both today was something like, I'll talk to Rosie after about the same question, but you yourself, I'm pretty sure Rosie did not ever think that we would ever have our lives somewhat public on social media. Jean-Luc and I were very close before we started doing the WWE Gays. Our Facebook was locked. I would not allow friends that were not friends of friends. We had no Instagram, we had no other accounts. We didn't even use Connect. So we only used Facebook to keep track of old friends and family. And then when we started doing this, we realized we were releasing a life. This is not something that we've talked about it before, but we never thought we would do. Especially about weight loss. Especially being so open about our lives. That's the thing we never thought we would be able to do. And now, Kim, same question to you. You never thought you did. What has it done for you? What has it done doing these videos, doing these chats, having this social media life that you've created now?
Well, it keeps me accountable for one thing, but it also, like I say, my main goal out of all of this is migraines have consumed my life, and I want to be there and be an inspiration to other people who are suffering the same thing, and know that you're not alone, and that you can handle life, you can get healthy while still having to deal with these. With me being chronic, I know I'm never going to be out of pain, but I am getting to a point where the pain is not bad. Most days I'm either level 1 or level 2, which allows me to handle everyday stuff and enjoy life. And that's the biggest thing. I want people to know that, if you have this condition, you can have a normal life.
Well, and I think that's I see what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is normalize something that people have stigma with, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that people feel judged because of these chronic illnesses.
I have migraines too.
Yep.
I've talked about it before. I get them too. It's usually associated for me with a very big temperature change. So when we go from fall to winter, or like all those seasonal changes, I usually get affected a lot during those times. And I know how, for those of you out there who never experienced it, it's not a fun thing to have, and sometimes it gets to the point where I can't even look at light because I'm with so much pain, and so I get it does affect you on your journey. It does. It affects me. I have him to help me, so I'm lucky. He helps me out during those moments, and I'm so So sharing that.
And this is the important part, is the fact that you're able to share that and make sure that other people also feel just as normal as you are.
Yeah.
Because you're not any different. You just have an illness. It's a sickness, and to be able to talk about that with people who probably can actually relate to what you go through is kind of is therapeutic.
And the fact that the problem with my illness is a lot of it's very it's sloughed off, like, oh, she's just got a headache. Migraine is totally different from a headache.
Oh yes.
And a lot of people don't understand that. So if I can educate and show people, what we go through and how we try to, make our lives normal and work through the pain. Like I say, right now, I'm not feeling great, but I'm pushing through it because I want to be there for everybody, and I wasn't missing this for anything.
We adore you, Kim. We love the videos you post. I know everybody loves you. Carrie Ham here is saying the same thing. Love you, Kim. They talked about how your group is a really safe place for people who are like-minded, just like Oprah said, that people who are like-minded can actually have a forum and a platform to actually celebrate who they are and not feel guilty about it. Because a lot of times, like you said, people who say, oh, well, I suffer from migraines, they get pushed to the side as if it's nothing serious. It's just, it's just a headache.
I saw something in a chat from Heather that she said that she only does she keeps her Facebook world separate from her Weight Watchers and her family. And what I love about that comment is the same thing Kim's doing here, and Rosie as well. You choose how you want to use social media. You choose how you want to portray yourself out there and how you want to share. For Kim, she's created her own private group and she only shares in our group as well. She doesn't share these videos. You don't share this on your own Facebook page with family and friends, if I'm correct, right? And so she's chosen the location where she wants to share her story. It's the same thing with Rosie. Rosie does the same thing. She shares some of it on her group, some of it on her own personal profile. And we're at a point
where we're skipping on Facebook.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, it threw me off.
Yeah. So don't worry about that.
But I wanted to. There was a comment earlier in Facebook about someone. Her name's Susan Long Camarillo. She said she's gained the most freedom by saying she got control over something when she used to feel guilty and thought that control was a negative thing. When really control is not negative. When you think you have control over something, you feel more powerful. And that's what you're doing by telling people and being so honest about your journey. And Kim, I love it.
Fiona said too, it's like us being called WB gays. We are also, the reason we call ourselves WB gays because we want to be normal. We want to normalize it. Like, we are. If someone, and I say this all the time, when we get negative feedback, I would say, if someone said we are the WB women, would anybody make a bat an eye? Would anybody say anything about that? Or we're the WB girls? Or WB moms? No one would bat an eye at that, but because we're calling ourselves WB gays, we get questioned why we call ourselves that. Why is that? It's because there's still an ingrained in society that we are lesser. And so that's why we have the name WB gays. Plus we have it because there could be other Nicks and Jean-Lucs out there in school somewhere whose parents watch us and they say, oh, they're normal. My parents are okay with this. And therefore they're thinking in their heads,
I could talk to my mom and dad about being gay.
And that's why we do it, and that's why we have that name. So same thing as you're doing, trying to remove the stigma on something that society has always done a negative on. And same thing that Kim is, same thing.
Exactly. And so we honor you for doing that in our group, especially Kim. And bringing out something out of people who follow us that we can't relate to 100% because we don't go through the same things you do on a daily basis. And it's great to have communities within communities, right? As much as we are a WW family, there are small communities that are still being built amongst that.
Which is important.
Which is so important because it creates foundation.
Yes, because you can have, it's
allies, right?
It's allies in different groupings, so you can help each other in all different groups, but you still...
What's the word we use at work? It's, oh my goodness. I can't think of it right now.
The one that crosses?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's the word, and I can't think of it right now.
We're in the same place, so that's why we can see. It's like, can't think of the word right now.
And
go for it, Kim.
And that's why I also created the Warrior in Me, because that group I want to be informative. It's not for me to post my daily struggles and that. I want it to be very informative for people who suffer from not only migraine but any chronic condition. I want people posting information
So talk about that a little bit, Kim, because I don't know if everybody knows about that webpage still.
That
So,
group.
what group? What's the name of that group again?
It's called The Warrior in Me, and because I call myself a migraine warrior.
Love it.
I'm part of other Facebook groups that are, and that's what we call ourselves because
It's a battle.
you're a warrior. Yeah, exactly. And I wanted that group to be informative for people who not only suffer from migraine but other ailments. And I want them to put out as much information out there to try and help people. Because dealing with chronic illness every day, like Sandra D, she's commented a lot about her bipolar, but also her MS. And it's how we're trying to get healthy but still having these conditions that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing is don't give up. It's an everyday battle, but don't give up.
Yep, exactly. I love that, Kim.
I love that.
You're so strong. I hope you know that.
And I also see like it has helped you. I can see that like, from just the way you're talking, it has also been a benefit to you to do this little world that you created for yourself on like I would say social media, but on Facebook. The world you create for yourself has helped you out.
Yes, very much.
Well, it has evolved you, and I love to see your evolution because
Yeah.
you've become. You're not the same Kim you used to be.
No.
You're still the same person, but you've evolved and you've changed and you've made you're such a great benefit and an asset to everybody in our community.
Yeah.
So I hope you remember that always.
Yeah. And I like to also reiterate to people that it doesn't matter how long this journey takes. I've been at this for 2 years and have lost, at this point I'm at 49. I was at 51, but I'm at 49. We're going to get those 2 pounds back.
49's amazing.
And exactly. I mean, 2 years ago.
You were 49 pounds heavier 2 years ago.
Exactly.
And you're not 49 pounds heavier now.
That's
that is what you need to celebrate.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping going. It's like there were so many times where like the repeat offenders, you do this and then you give up.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up. I don't care how long it takes me. I'm learning to deal with this, and if other people can get help from or get something out of my journey, that's all I want. I want people to see that.
Love it.
That's awesome, Kim.
Thank you so much, Kim. And Sandra D is giving you lots of hearts and thanks. So is Healthy with Heather, and so is Carrie as well. So we really love what you do. Don't stop doing it on our page. And if anybody, we've asked anybody. I know there's other Heather. Can't think of her last name right now. Who just posted?
Heather. Well, Healthy with Heather.
No, the other one. The other Heather.
Heather from
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Charlotte Heather. Charlotte Heather posted.
Who's
just
also
posted
watching right now.
her video the other day. Her first video on our page, and we love that people are feeling
Guys,
safe.